WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500. This is WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation at 690 days, 680 nights.
Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold.
If your question is, who am I going to call to bring the kind of services into my home that I need because I can't get out? House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. They can bring in doctors, dentists, nurses, therapists, and more. And those medical services are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. And they have all sorts of non-medical services, whatever you need. Now, if you use 4 hours or more of non-medical services per month, you're going to get a free personal emergency button telephone that you can use for both emergencies or daily use. Call House Calls on Wheels toll-free for further information. 1-888-489-8980. That's 1-888-489-8980.
Hi, Ike Engelbaum. One of my sponsors is Cofix Nasal Spray. You can spray the inside of your nose and almost have the same benefits as a mask. In fact, it's been so well proven that it's now on the market in drugstores. Cofix RX. Spray it in the nose. 45 seconds later, you have up to 8 hours like a shield inside your nose. It's been scientifically proven. I'm really excited about it. I use it anytime I go out in a huge crowd. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. 888-489-8980. Family run for over 88 years, Friends Hardware has remained family-owned and operated. Friends Hardware is one of a kind. You'll find the newest products offered on TV at very competitive prices. You'll also find safety products, grab bars for bathrooms, battery-operated light switches, remote control devices that you can turn your lamps on or any electrical device. You don't have to run out there anymore. Just press the button. Better yet, just visit Friends Hardware, located on Main Street and 11.5 Mile Road. They're open every day. If you wish to call, it's 248-544-8111. That's 248-544-8111. Better yet, just visit 11.5 Mile Road and Main Street, Friends Hardware. Hello, I hope things are rolling along for you, and we're having an interesting situation. We have sun, and today is the first day of winter. Wow. And as you know, for the first half hour, we do the show Bright Side of Aging. And while we're on the air, the on-the-air phone number is 248-557-3300. And when I'm off the air, please feel open to calling on that toll-free number, 888-489-8980. 888-489-8980. For the first half hour, we try to bring you interesting information for seniors and dynamic people. And one of the most dynamic individuals that I'm pleased to have as part of my extended family is Dr. Andre Lee. Dr. Andre Lee was the administrator for Highland Park General years ago, and when they closed up, because of his entrepreneurial spirit, has started various health ventures. In fact, if you're interested in getting into the healthcare field, Dr. Andre Lee can give you great advice and also ongoing help. He founded the Leeway Foundation, which is a tagline of leading the way for actually productive fundraising as well as education. And he's one of the most health-educated guys I know, and I'm a pharmacist, so I know a heck of a lot of people that are in that field. Dr. Andre Lee has got all kinds of information and delivers it in an interesting way. In fact, because of his creativity, he has games that organizations can use for fundraising and also learning at the same time about important aspects of our life. Hello, Dr. Andre Lee.
Yeah, good. Thank you for the nice introduction. I don't like all the emphasis on the years, but other than that, I'm okay.
Hey, listen, listen, I titled the show Bright Side of Aging. One of the bright sides of aging is that you get a chance to live life more and see more. And if you're going to be in life for any length of time, you generally become wiser, too. So look upon it as a compliment. You're not much wiser now than ever before.
Well, I do have some information, this being the holiday season, and I was going to talk about my games and game shows that organizations can use to fundraise and have fun at the same time. But I thought what I would do is instead share with you one of the set of questions that I use on the game show that would be educational yet fun while interacting. So this particular set of questions deals with how long. How long should you keep food? And so, we're going to be eating a lot, opening up a lot of cans and jars and so forth. So then the question becomes, how long do you keep some of this stuff? So let me give you a set of questions just to give you an idea what it's like. And this is what's in your refrigerator. So how long and what's in your pantry? How long should you keep open cereal? Let's say you have a box of Frosted Flakes that are open. How long will it last? 1 month, 1 week, or 2 months? Take a guess, right? You just give me a quick.
I would say 1 month. I would say 1 month. If pending
2
on
months.
the
2 months.
2 months, all right.
2 months. Jelly. Jar of grape jelly is open. And it's kept in the refrigerator. How long will it last? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months?
Well, you're the doctor, Dr. Lee. Tell me.
3 months. 3 months. Really, I'm giving you the answers. If you mess up, that's okay.
Well, listen.
He's trying to avoid messing up. That's the pharmacy in him.
I hate to interrupt. But I'm always curious as to what the significance is on that date, as far as the length of time that you keep it in the fridge. Isn't the date sort of an indication? It was told that many times you can actually eat some of the food a couple of weeks later without harm. Is that true?
Well, yes, it is. But you know, the standards say to be on the safe side, they always shorten it a little bit. As a pharmacist, as you know, because I've often wondered, how long do pills last? I mean, they're not deteriorate before my eyes. They look the same, and they say the expiration date on the jar says, on the pill box says, don't take this after a certain date. But then the pill, 6 months after that date expired, that pill still looks the same. And so you say to yourself, it looks good, why shouldn't I take it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it probably is good. But the pharmaceutical companies, I think, give a safe date so that they don't get sued.
Right, well, actually...
And maybe there is a little bit of chemical reaction with the air and moisture, because a lot of people keep their stuff in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So there may be a little bit of that.
Right.
But it's the same thing with food. You know, how long is it? Yeah, some of it is probably still good. Of course, for my little weak, sensitive stomach, I don't think I can make it much more than a couple of days past the expiration date. But other people got cast iron stomachs. And they can eat stuff 6 months later.
Yeah, that is one of the common threads that go through almost everything involved in life, and that is some people are just lucky. And the truth
exactly.
as far as from the pharmaceutical standpoint, there is something I want to remind people about, and that is that you take basic medications like aspirin. If you open up that bottle and there's an odor to it, that is a sign that it's really beginning to break down. So I want to make sure that people are aware that even if you've got a cast iron stomach, you are consuming, for example, aspirin, as you know, is acetylsalicylic acid. And that odor that comes out from that bottle means that it's broken down to salicylic acid. So as a result, it can do you some harm. On the positive note, almost all medications, and I'm not saying, I said almost, but there are many drugs that as soon as the expiration date is there, don't monkey around with it. But in most cases, the drug has just been diluted. It's not as effective, but it's still effective.
Right.
But we're talking food, and was there some other stuff that you'd like to share in regards to how you handle stuff with fridge?
Well, I came prepared. I had a long list, but it was probably longer than the show. Let me just leave people with the thought that if you lose your power, your best bet is not to open the refrigerator. It will stay cold for at least 6 to 8 hours before it starts to warm up and your food inside starts to deteriorate. So you're probably better off just leaving it alone until hopefully the power restores within that 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
Of course, now in the wintertime, like what we're about to see, you can take it and stick it outdoors, and it probably will be all right forever.
Yeah, especially you're spoiled. You're way down in Tennessee. We're up here in Michigan.
Well, it's going to be clear. Michigan is sharing the cold. It's going to be freezing down here Thursday and Friday too. We won't get the snow like you're going to get. But it's going to be cold down here.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting time of the year, and if anyone is interested and actually having a fun way. Of course, it's rather too close right now, but usually in these family gatherings, you are looking for something that you can do as a family, and I think it'd be a fun thing for people to consider that with the although Christmas is right around the corner, that doesn't mean that after Christmas we still have the holidays to celebrate and a brand new year. Why not have some fun games when you get together? And maybe you could have a prize. And I've seen you do that with organizations. If a church is interested in setting something up, it's very simple. You give Dr. Andre Lee a call and he can coordinate it no matter where you're at. Thanks to technology today, all they have to do is call 888-489-8980. And then while we're talking about some of the productive things you've done, do you still have your inventory book for loose ends? Do you still have that available? Or
Still have it. Still have that, and several other historical books, all available for anybody that's interested. At a very nominal cost, $9.99.
Right. Well, especially now, people are getting together, sort of reminiscing and talking about their childhood experiences. Why not have a sort of a diary of what's going on? And it's so simple now, and we have these smartphones where you can actually record conversations, that perhaps it'd be interesting to pass the phone around the room and people sort of share some of their childhood memories, and then you have a treasure forever, for as long as you're around, and also have the opportunity for times that you think of people that are no longer around, that at least you're in touch with someone that meant something important in your life. This is really way out, and I hope I present it the right way. And that is, it's amazing how the human voice can connect with people. And that's one of the powerful things about music, that there are certain songs that families played at Christmas time and special occasions that are timeless. And to be able to share in that spirit of that music is incredible. And likewise, I have a friend, a cousin, who's a very sensitive, emotional type guy, and he was very close to his father-in-law. Unfortunately, the father-in-law passed away, and because he's quite an interesting character, he recorded the voicemail messages he got over the years from him. And on Fridays, once a week, he calls that phone number of his now deceased father-in-law just to hear his voice and relate some of the activities he's had for the week. And for him, this is such a wonderful way for him to stay in touch. Sounds rather strange, but whatever ritual that you have, I think it's so vital that you retain that friendship. And I'm so happy and glad and grateful that we're friends, I assume, Dr. Andre Lee, yes?
I'm sorry? What's that? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, it's such a delight to hear from you, and look forward to our next visit. And I don't know if you're aware of the individual I was referring to that actually stays in touch with his deceased father-in-law. I am running into more situations where technology today can be used in such creative ways. And I welcome you to join us at some of our Entrepreneur Network meetings that we cater not only to the young crowd, but to people that are interested in really developing their own career paths, no matter how old they are. And someone who I really admire and I am so pleased to be able to call a friend is one of the most creative people in terms of not only for entrepreneurship, but for your daily life. His name is Lou Goutman, and for those of you who listen to this program or to this station for any length of time, know how knowledgeable he is. I've given him a title which he sort of half laughs and thinks that I'm crazy, but Lou Goutman is truly a Renaissance man. Hello, Lou Goutman.
Good morning, Ike. Good morning, Ike. Thank you. My goodness. I think I should quit while I'm ahead.
You know, that's not such a bad strategy for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think I should quit while I'm ahead. So thank you. That's a lovely introduction. When next time you call when my wife is here, I'd like you to repeat that, please.
You'll get a kick out of this. As you know, I have a series of Ikeisms, and
yes.
one that I just picked up a few days ago, actually, since you brought up wives, is that marriage is a relationship where one person is always right and the other person is the husband.
That's right. You bet.
What's that?
Well, that's why when couples argue, the husband should always get the last word, and the last word is yes, dear.
That's 2 words, anyway.
Well, that's 2 words. That's right. But yeah.
Anyway, for whatever it's worth, it's good advice to try to agree as much as possible, because, like I always say, when it comes to marriages, before you get married, you should go in with your eyes wide and full, wide open. Once you get married, spend the rest of your life with your eyes half open. Anyway, Lou, you have a plethora. I thought I'd impress you with my vocabulary of information, and we just, celebrated the holidays, and unfortunately there were a fair number of people who actually almost were devastated because of fires, and also because they had relatives in town who were sort of lax about keeping the house safe. And I wondered if you'd spend some time sharing some thoughts about how you can keep your home as safe as possible. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Ike. I appreciate that opportunity. Safety is something that I'm very passionate about, especially around the house, and especially during the holidays when there seem to be fires that are unintentionally started, and people lose not only their possessions in their house, but in some cases they lose their lives. And it's totally heartbreaking. Certainly, most house fires do begin in the kitchen because of unattended cooking. People forget that they've got a pot on the cooktop, for example, on the stove. They walk away. They get distracted by a phone call or a pet or a child or another adult in the house, and it's very, very tragic. So getting to the crux of it, we, of course, want everybody to be safe. because we want everybody to continue to listen to you, and we want to make sure that everybody has a working smoke detector in their house, at least one. There should be multiple. There should be one in each bedroom and outside the bedroom as well. That is the current code if you're doing new construction or if you're doing major remodeling. But certainly at least one smoke detector. And a story that this is a true story that happened to me. I ran into a friend of mine at a Meijer store just before the holidays. Hadn't seen each other in a while, and we caught up for a few minutes. And about less than a week later, I got a text message from her saying that she almost died. And she went on to say in her text message that she woke up one morning and she thought that she had gotten some case of food poisoning because she was nauseated and had trouble. It turned out that her furnace was defective, and she almost died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Of course, I was taken aback and thankful that she and her husband both survived. The fire department came out, of course, and she ended up getting a new furnace. So there are two morals to this story before, because I see by the clock on the wall that our time is getting short. Number one, everybody should, again, not only have a working smoke detector, but they should also have a working carbon monoxide detector. That's number two. But additionally to that, just about every heating and cooling company offers yearly inspections of your furnace and your air conditioning system, and certainly your furnace should be inspected. In fact, both the major utility companies, DTE, formerly known as Detroit Edison, and Consumers Energy, formerly known as Consumers Power, have plans where they will send out a technician. If you have their appliance repair plan, which I do through DTE, by the way, and we can talk about that some other time, the yearly inspection is included in addition to having insurance for your appliance repair. If anybody wants to know anything more about that, they can always call Ike's magic number, and Ike will put you in touch with me. And that number, I hope everybody has a pencil and paper or a pen and paper. That magic number is 888-489-8980. Once again, toll free, 888-489-8980. That'll put you in touch with Ike for any questions that you have about anything that I've discussed or you've heard Ike discuss on this show or previous shows. Make sure there's no question that's off limits. So we want everybody to be safe. Smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are probably the cheapest insurance that you'll ever buy for yourself and your family. So, and they're sold everywhere. They're sold at all the home center stores, the Targets, the Walmarts, the grocery stores, all the hardware stores, Ace Hardware, and so on and so forth. So there shouldn't be any reason. If somebody truly cannot afford a smoke detector, one other option is to reach out to your local fire department. Many of the fire departments will give you, they have a supply, typically a smoke detector. They'll even come out, they'll even send one of the firefighters out to install it properly for you. Absolutely no charge. So if you don't have the ability to do this, or maybe you're not able to because you have a disability of some sort, call your local fire department. Don't be bashful. The fire department would rather install and give you a smoke detector and install it for you rather than having to send a crew out, heaven forbid, to fight a fire in your home.
Excuse me, Lou. Anyway. Lou, I hate to disagree with you since we're very close. I checked with our fire department, and they're so overwhelmed right now. A better strategy, it may sound like a commercial, but if they call our toll-free number, we'll be glad to send out one of our professionals to check out the home for other safety issues.
Right.
And we'll give them a free smoke detector whether they use our services or not. So I don't want to have the fire department people call me, because I checked as recently as last week, and they really don't welcome, just a call like that, because unfortunately they're understaffed as well. So the fire department is not that flexible. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, and I only have enough time to leave with my favorite parting thought, but I want to appreciate your availability, Lou. And before I break away to the next segment, I'd like to remind folks that if you think about it, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with a bright side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others, because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. Hi, Ike Engelbaum. I am really excited about a new sponsor, and that is Memory Health. These are vitamin capsules that you take 3 a day, and it improves your memory. Memory Health has been proven to be scientifically helpful for early stages of Alzheimer's. In fact, it has been claimed that it can even forestall Alzheimer's. Dr. Joel Kahn made this statement: in my more than 30 years of practicing medicine, no other product has ever come close to truly supporting brain health like Memory Health. It's a safe, natural supplement. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980, 888-489-8980. Family run for over 88 years, Friends Hardware has remained family-owned and operated. Friends Hardware is one of a kind. You'll find the newest products offered on TV at very competitive prices. You'll also find safety products, grab bars for bathrooms, battery-operated light switches, remote control devices that you can turn your lamps on or any electrical device. You don't have to run out there anymore. Just press the button. Better yet, just visit Friends Hardware, located on Main Street and 11.5 Mile Road. They're open every day. If you wish to call, it's 248-544-8111. That's 248-544-8111. Better yet, just visit 11.5 Mile Road and Main Street, Friends Hardware. And welcome to a brand new year. Actually, it's interesting. In one of Seinfeld's shows, he was talking about, when do you stop saying Happy New Year? In my opinion, you shouldn't stop, because there's really no magic to January 1 in our civilization at this point. We're so connected New Year's is celebrated in different parts of the world on different days and months even. But wishing someone happy, healthy, prosperous New Year is something that if you're quote-unquote sort of normal, that it's a universal type of comment that you can make year-round. And I certainly wish you all the best. And I try on the Entrepreneurs Network, and while we're on the air, by the way, for the next half hour, the on-the-air phone number is 248-557-3300. And I welcome your call-ins if it's related to what we're talking about. Call me while we're on the air, 248-557-3300. If you are considering starting your own business or building your current business, by all means, call me while I'm on the air. And this 248-557-3300. When we're off the air, I have a special answering service. If you call 888-489-8980, that's 888-489-8980. And to keep it simple, if I'm not on the phone already, if you just press number 1, you're automatically connected to me so that I can speak to you directly. But ideally, 888-489-8980 is a number that you can call whether you're considering starting a business or you have a business problem. By all means, we do free consulting to a limited amount if you decide to hook up with us. And one of the most interesting ways to really start this new year in a positive way is to reconnect in person with people that you were forced to stay away from, in a way. I don't know how you feel about it, but it was so frustrating not to be able to be involved in a lot of the network meetings where you really, as they say, felt the flesh. And fortunately now things have eased off, but we still have to be cautious, no doubt. And I don't want to get into a political type of situation. And it's insane how suddenly politics used to be something that you figured that you voted and you had delegates that you thought would pursue things that you thought should be pursued. Instead, it's become a career whereby people figure out a way, if they spend millions of dollars on how to get elected. And the only reason they want to get elected is because there's a lot of underhanded ways that a lot of seedy people take advantage of. This is not a political show, but have you ever wondered why is it that people of limited means come in, raise enough money to get elected, come in with a very small income, and then get some sort of a sweetheart type deal where their health care is covered for the rest of their life. They walk away many times with millions of dollars. Something underhanded is going on. But I'll tell you, this is the greatest country in the whole world when you compare it to all the other countries. We are not perfect. And this is what's so frustrating for me. As an entrepreneur, you've got the best opportunity any human being could ask for. I'm a pharmacist. I don't mind telling you, if it weren't for the flexibility and opportunities in this wonderful country called America. Yes, call it America, because there's some of these woke people that don't even want to acknowledge it's America because it may offend people that are not quote-unquote American. What nonsense is that? This is the United States of America. Our forefathers were not, angels either. Many of them were very wealthy and could afford really devoting their time in helping the citizens at that time, which is another issue. That in those days there were a lot of customs and shenanigans that went on that they were able to get away with. We certainly have got some underhanded politicians, but fortunately most of them are honest, upright citizens that truly want to help make our country as great as it can be. And we're improving. And one of the ways that you can learn from what's going on is the good news is that honest, hard-working people can really still live the American dream. And the American dream is where you are secure in knowing that you can go out any time of the day with safety in most cases, depending on the areas you're at. But let's face it, we certainly have got so much available to us that so many people, good-intentioned people, don't get the breaks that they need. The Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan is now expanded. We are now going to be expanding internationally. In fact, because of the new year, we have a new venture. It's going to be Entrepreneurs Network International. Yes, we now have over 20,000 contacts all over the world to help you achieve your goals if you indeed are willing to follow some very basic steps. Number one, you have to identify what your strengths are. And it's called the SWOT test. S-W-A-T. It stands for identifying strengths, weaknesses, action, and time sensitivity. In fact, that is one of the 4 letters that I have on my office wall, which I use constantly. If you're in a particular business, obviously you have to have the talent to be in that business. So many businesses and ideas fail because many people haven't really done a real inventory of their strengths and weaknesses. We do that for free, by the way. In other words, we help you identify, since we're doing it in a very cordial way. We're not from the Internal Revenue Service, okay? They operate on the principle that there's a way that you may have taken advantage of our business system and figured an underhanded way of getting money. Majority of businesses are professionally trained to do the right thing, and I'm very fortunate since I've been involved in entrepreneurship now for 84 years. Well, actually, I didn't really start till around 70 years ago. But that's still a nice long ride. I am a pharmacist, and we had 10 drugstores called Owl Drugs and Keystone Institutional Apothecary. And it was only because I was fortunate enough to realize that, hey, my strength is really in promoting and selling. So I teamed up with my first cousin, who has talents that I do not have. He's very financially orientated, very conservative, and I sort of shoot from the hip, so to speak. And we made a great partnership. I wish that on you, that if you want to start your own business, first of all, get some professional advice. And we have initially free visits that you can come to one of our offices. We now have them spread out in the southeast area. We can now, with Zoom meetings and webinars, we can do it by phone. Or once a month in different locations, we get together and we call ourselves snobs. S-N-O-B. You're welcome to be a snob. SNOB stands for Sharing and Networking Opportunity to Build Your Own Business. If you'd like more information on that, join up with us. It's free to attend. Just pay for what you order. Otherwise, I get stuck with the bill. And I've got enough bills. Anyway, you can find out more information, hopefully on our webpage when it's more constructed. It's under construction now. It's EntrepreneursNetworkOfMichigan.com. I also do a TV show with the same theme. You could come on the radio show here as part of the benefits of joining up with us, or be on our TV show. We can, as I like to say, I can make you almost famous and possibly rich. If you are interested in teaming up with us, and now we can expand all over the world, depending on your idea, we can give you free guidance in getting you started. Once you get started, we have ongoing coaching at an affordable price. But the key is that you have to identify your talents. And that magic word, 4-letter word, work, W, if you're willing to do the work, we can help you indeed not only become almost famous, but possibly rich. All you got to do is to get started is to call us on our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. I'd like to take a brief break to get our sponsors their value in helping me stay on the air. If you want to become a sponsor, be delighted to work with you, have you on the air, and also have the opportunity for the world to know that you exist. Don't go away. We're going to be right back. Hi, Ike Engelbaum. One of my sponsors is Cofix Nasal Spray. You can spray the inside of your nose and almost have the same benefits as a mask. In fact, it's been so well proven that it's now on the market in drugstores. Cofix RX. Spray it in the nose. 45 seconds later, you have up to 8 hours like a shield inside your nose. It's been scientifically proven. I'm really excited about it. I use it anytime I go out in a huge crowd. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. 888-489-8980. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned, if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. And I am frustrated, I don't mind telling you, as to people who have compromised their hearing. Simply put, they don't hear as well as they used to. If you're 65 or over, and I qualify since I'm 84, my hearing is not what it used to be. And the beautiful part is with a sponsor that you just heard, Cruz, C-R-U-Z, has 3 offices. One in Orchard Lake Road, and one out in Waterford, and another one in Taylor. If you will consider going into one of their offices, he'll check your hearing. I not only wear hearing aids that he customized, and he's very affordable. And if you're a veteran, it's even a free benefit in many cases, but it depends on your situation. If you call us at 888-489-8980, I will personally make sure you get an appointment at your convenience at one of the offices. And Felix, depending on where you're located, may even come to your home to do a hearing test. But needless to say, to get the best evaluation, visit one of his offices, mention my name, Ike, and he will give you a special price. And also, you heard about that caption phone? If you're 65 or over, in business especially, you know how important it is for you to hear what your prospect is saying. Well, you don't have to be a genius if you can have a caption phone for free. If you're over 65, you will have the benefit of seeing on the screen what the person says. It's like having a movie. You've gone to these movies where they have a caption underneath the actors as they speak normally. Why not take advantage of what's out there? And if you're an entrepreneur, listening is vital. It's been wisely said, the reason we were born with one mouth and 2 ears is so that we would listen twice as much as we speak. Because that's the key if you're an entrepreneur and you identify the market that you want to reach. We will help you in your decision process for free. And if you decide to hook up with us as a member, we have a nominal monthly fee that you will have the benefit of 24 hours a day. You have consultation and ongoing professionals helping you out. Not only with making the idea happen, but we work with Small Business Administration. Oakland County has got this phenomenal facility out in Pontiac on Telegraph, north of Square Lake Road. We can visit there together if you wish. They've got all kinds of resource information. If you'd like a free appointment and see if you want to open up a restaurant, let's say, in a particular zip code, we can identify how many other restaurants there are over there. See, so that way, why get into a situation we've got more competition than is necessary. Likewise, the sophistication that we have today, we never had before. For example, if you will call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, and you can identify who you want to reach, what age bracket they should be, what their qualifications might be, we'll be glad to work with you to identify that, hey, this is the best zip code for you to be in. Interestingly enough, because I'm a pharmacist, we have all kinds of services for seniors. If you have someone that's a senior in your family or a good friend, we can actually help them not only in their daily needs at home, but also identify a retirement home or assisted living center that's perfect for them. We pride ourselves on helping you get what you want, either if you're looking to start your own business or services that are lacking right now. In fact, one of our members is looking for partnerships in offering transportation for seniors. If you're interested in being involved, call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. You're always welcome to call that number. I'll be glad to have a free consultation with you by phone, or you can come to one of our offices and we can build your actual business career as well as help you in your personal areas as far as helping you in being as independent as is possible. Number one thing that many people fail in life to be successful is, aside from really identifying whether they have the talent for it, which is vital, is a four-letter word, want, W-A-N-T. You have to identify what you want. In fact, there's a joke, a riddle that I've used in my seminars many times, and that is that I ask, how many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? The answer is one, but the light bulb has got to want to change. That's supposed to be funny. So hopefully you can learn from humor a great deal. I'm a firm believer, by the way, that you should consider adding humor in your business career. I cannot tell you how many closings that I've been involved with, in a positive way, by the way, closing a purchase of a store or property, is that when it gets really sticky, lighten up the conversation. It's amazing. The brain thinks so much more openly when it's relaxed than when you're tightened up and you feel that it's critical. In fact, there's a great saying that the mind is like a parachute. It only operates properly in an open position. So stay open. We'll continue our discussion on our next visit. Right now, I always want to leave this segment with my favorite parting thought on entrepreneurship, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.
WZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling